Hi Scorpio, welcome to your love reading for May 2019. This is Elizabeth from ChannelGuidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks and you did have two jumping cards. Let me show you what they are. The first one that jumped was this one. And you have the Five of Coins. So the Five of Coins can mean that maybe you're feeling a little bit sad. With the Five of Coins, you could be feeling isolated from the person that you love. Sometimes this card also comes up when someone has completely shut you out of their lives and you just feel really lonely and you don't understand maybe what happened between you. Now the other card that came up with it is actually a court card. You have the King of Pentacles. So this would be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This can even represent your energy. Maybe you're feeling this. If you have a moon or rising in an earth sign, it can also represent your partner, your ex, or somebody new coming into your life. So let's go ahead and put these back and we'll see if they come up again. Put this right in the center of the deck here. Okay, this is a love reading. You know what? There's something else I want you to see. I don't usually do this, but they were at the bottom of the deck. I thought it was very, very strange. The bottom of this deck. Queen of Swords. At the bottom of this deck. King of Swords. So this is interesting. There is kind of a strong air sign energy around you. This would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Keep in mind that the King and the Queen of Swords can come up when someone is very emotionally detached. I mean, this can definitely be the person that you're dealing with. Perhaps it's your partner or an ex who's not in touch with their emotions right now. They're shutting you out, which would explain why the Five of Coins jump. But for some of you, there is an air sign that is calling you. There's an air sign that's very significant to your love life. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. I had almost forgotten. I'm glad that I remembered. Let's see if they come up again. This is a love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May 2019. The first card that you have is the Sun. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. Justice. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. Death. Wow, so you're starting with three major arcanas. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. Queen of Coins. So you did have the King of Coins as a jumping card. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. Two of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. Here he is, King of Coins. So the universe is definitely spelling out for Scorpio, earth sign. An earth sign is significant for you. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. You have the Fool. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. You have the Five of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Scorpio for May. And you have the King of Cups. Okay, what's the most important thing that Scorpio needs to hear about their love life for May 2019? The message that you have, Scorpio, is the Ace of Cups. So this definitely reminds me of the reading that I just did for Sagittarius, where this card came up in a very creepy way over and over. This does represent a new beginning for you. For those who are single, it can definitely be a new person coming into your life, a new relationship, a new love. It can also be rekindling the love that you have with your current partner or even with an ex. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, ChannelGuidance.com. I'll put a link down below, also a link to my Facebook, and you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channel Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. You have the Sun, Justice, and Death. So when you're starting with this energy from the Sun, and the Sun does represent happiness. This represents positive energy, love, marriage. And you know, you have it's interesting that you're starting with three major arcanas, and justice usually does come up when you have not been treated fairly. Someone has been very unkind to you. Things have not been balanced. That is the energy of the Justice card. So perhaps there is an apology coming to you. This could be an apology from an ex. Perhaps that is why the main energy is a new beginning. It could also just be the universe making things up to you. Perhaps things, you know, in your love life have not been easy. Maybe you've had a lot of bad relationships and it's time for a new love to come in for you. So you definitely have a lot of positive energy around you for the month of May. This is the perfect time for you to get what you didn't get the first time around. And like I said, it can definitely be with a specific person who might be apologizing to you, trying to make things up to you, or it could be a new person lined up to come into your life because you have Death here. And death does represent that there's been an ending, but there will be a new beginning. And like I said, it can be with a specific person, or it could just be in general. Maybe a relationship ended for you. Maybe you're ready for a new beginning. Death is something significant. So the fact that it's here with the sun means that there is something big happening for you in the month of May that is very positive, because it's with the sun. You're finally getting what you deserve with justice here. Death can represent perhaps, a new love coming in for you. It can represent marriage, a marriage proposal, an engagement, having a baby. Death is something that changes your life forever. There's a huge transformation, also possibly around a situation or a relationship that was very unfair to you. Suddenly there is a lot of happiness and positive energy. Now in the second row here, this is eye-opening. Because, this is a message for you. You saw what was at the bottom of the decks. You had the King and the Queen of Swords, so an air sign. Now you have the King and the Queen of Coins, so an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You may know who this person is, you may not. You have the soulmate card between you here. So the soulmate card, this does represent love, but it's more than that. It means that you have a very close bond with this person, an emotional bond, a spiritual bond, almost like a twin flame energy. The universe is kind of screaming earth sign for the sign of Scorpio. And like I said, this can represent you. If you have a moon or rising in earth sign, and maybe a partner, or it could just be that the universe is really pointing you in the direction of this earth sign that either you have a very strong kind of soulmate twin flame relationship, or you will have when you meet this person. Again, there is a new beginning here for you, but it can definitely be with somebody where maybe they didn't see the connection that you saw at first. There will be a new beginning with the Ace of Cups here. Now, the bottom row is interesting as well, because it has your energy as a water sign, King of Cups, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. And it's like the universe is saying, like, there is a new beginning for the sign of Scorpio, because you have the Fool. And the Fool is telling you, just go for it. This is pretty much the message of the Fool. Don't think too much. Maybe that's why you had the King and the Queen of Swords at the bottom. Don't think too much. Just go with it. Just say yes. Just accept. Accept the offer. Accept their love. The Fool is saying trust your heart and your intuition. And Scorpio is usually a very intuitive sign, because you don't want to make a mistake. You have the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords can be sabotage. And yes, it can be you sabotaging your own happiness. When you've got a soulmate relationship here, a new beginning, you've got a huge transformation with death. Don't make a very unwise decision. So this could be that you could be maybe pushing somebody away, somebody new coming into your life, since the main energy was the Ace of Cups. But it can even be you pushing away someone who maybe is trying to apologize to you. Maybe you're upset, maybe you don't want them back, maybe you don't want to hear them out. With the Five of Swords, this is saying, like, don't sabotage your own happiness. Don't make an unwise decision. And I feel like this is around a new beginning, since you have the Fool here. This is just telling you, trust your heart and your intuition. Again, the universe is screaming earth sign for many of you. Okay, let's get a few more and see what the message is. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for May? You've got the Four of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for May? You've got the Lovers. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for May? And the Ten of Swords. So you've got, it's kind of strong energy here of commitment, with the Four of Wands and the Lovers. Because the Four of Wands, it can represent a marriage. So for those of you where maybe you're worried about a marriage and you're worried about the future of a marriage, this can mean that your marriage is intact, is going to survive. This means that you have a strong foundation, probably because you have the soulmate relationship. This is a relationship that is strong. It's on solid ground, so you don't have to worry. But it can definitely be that, you're moving towards a higher level of commitment. Maybe this can also be moving in together, because it represents the home. And of course, to me, the Lovers, it means two things. It can definitely be that there is a relationship, there's a person that you really want to be with. Let's just start there. Again, the Lovers, to me, it represents a relationship that you really, really want. And maybe it's because you don't have it, maybe because they're not with you yet, or maybe this is someone who walked away. This is someone you want very much, and I do see commitment around this person. Keep in mind that the Lovers also represent a choice. There's a choice to be made, and the choice could be this. Maybe you need to decide if you're ready to move on. It could be, you've got Justice here. It could be that this person hurt you. The Ten of Swords does mean that you've been hurt, deeply hurt in some way, where you've been down. You feel like you've hit rock bottom because you've been hurt, betrayed, stabbed in the back. But this is just a message that you've already been through the worst, and now it's safe for you to move on. I mean, you're starting with the sun here. There is happiness and positive energy for you in the month of May. So for many of you, there is a choice here. I see commitment with the Four of Wands, and there is a choice. There's a relationship you want very much, but are you ready to move on? And it can be for some of you, because it's a general reading, so it's hard to say. Are you ready to move on? Maybe for those of you where you've left a relationship and maybe it's time to meet somebody new. Or are you ready to move on from something painful that has happened in your existing relationship or in your marriage? I just see here that you've got a really close bond with someone. It could be an earth sign for some of you, but if there is no earth sign, don't let that throw you. This could just be the energy that you're in, or your partner, which with the King and the Queen of Coins, this can be someone who's very down to earth, kind of very easy to talk to, maybe even someone who's very kind of financially stable. So again, if you're not an earth sign, moon or rising, or your partner or your ex or someone you're interested in, don't let that throw you. It can just be the energy that they're in. Okay, so let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for May 2019? You've got Judgment. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio for May? Six of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio? And you've got the Devil. What's the most important thing that Scorpio needs to hear about their love life for May 2019? The Page of Cups. So for some of you, yes, the Page of Cups can represent communication. The pages all represent communication, and this would be communication from the heart. Someone could be telling you that they still love you or that they've fallen in love with you. You could be communicating these feelings to someone else. This can also just be a very deep and meaningful heart-to-heart conversation that you have with someone. Perhaps this is what leads to a new beginning. So this can also be with an existing partner or even with an ex. So this definitely ties in with the Death card, with Justice, and with the Sun. So let's look at these last three cards that I pulled for you. You've got two major arcanas. You've got Judgment, you've got Devil, with the Six of Wands in the middle. So let's start here. So the Six of Wands, I mean, this is victory. This is you getting past any obstacles that had been blocking your happiness, had been blocking your relationship, your marriage. This means that you can work through those issues. And I see it here as well. I mean, you've got Judgment, which is not just a new beginning, but more than that, this is a second chance. So some of you might be giving someone a second chance who let you down, because you have Justice here. But not just that, you have the Ten of Swords, which, like I said, this comes up when you have been deeply, deeply hurt by someone. Someone has really let you down. This is a relationship rising from the ashes. So, I mean, you have the energy here of starting over with someone, and it can be with maybe the person that you really want to be with, which I see here with the Lovers. It can just also be a second chance with a new person if that's what you want. There is some strong negativity here. And I feel like with the Devil, because the Devil can be that maybe there's a lot of negative thinking because you were so hurt, because someone just really let you down. Again, you want to be careful with all of this because you have the Five of Swords in the spread. And this could be maybe because you're pessimistic or because you don't trust someone anymore. Maybe this person who let you down, you could make a very unwise decision and letting them go. Maybe not accepting this, which would be a new beginning. Remember, the Fool is telling you just say yes. Just don't think about it too much. Trust your heart and your intuition and just go with it. So this is some type of offer coming in for you. Either somebody new, maybe you're not sure if you're ready to move on, or it could be an ex trying to come back to your life, or again, someone let you down, or maybe you're taking a chance and staying in an existing relationship. I feel like the sign of Scorpio has a lot going on here. And also, with these major arcanas here, let's look at them. The first thing that really stands out here is the Lovers. This is a relationship that you want very, very much. But usually with the Lovers, it comes with a choice. Of course, the Lovers can also represent the sign of Gemini. You've also got, let's see here, you've got Death, which can also be, you're a Scorpio. This represents the sign of Scorpio. It can also represent another Scorpio. You've got You've got Justice, which can be the sign of Libra. You've got the Devil here, which can be the sign of Capricorn. There's a lot of possible scenarios here for the sign of Scorpio. So, I mean, for some of you, it can be that this is just, these are just different messages for different people who are watching this reading. I just feel like there's a lot going on. Many of you are kind of seeing something fall into place here, where there was, a lot of things that were unfair to you, a lot of negativity. I feel like you're pessimistic about where your love life is going. You're maybe even suspicious of someone, where you could make an unwise decision and push someone away. So this is right next to your energy here. So you want to be careful with that. Okay, let's go ahead and do the X spread. We're going to use this deck right here. I've already shuffled it, so let me get these out of the way. With the X spread, this can be someone you had a long-term relationship with. It can also be just someone that maybe you dated a few times. You're interested in maybe if they're going to call you again, if you're going to see them again. You can use this spread for that as well. Okay, show me the energies around Scorpio and their ex for May. You've got the Knight of Swords. Show me the energies around Scorpio and their ex for May. Your energy, the King of Cups, Scorpio and their ex for May. Ten of Pentacles, Scorpio and their ex for May. The Wheel, Scorpio and their ex for May. The Ace of Pentacles, Scorpio and their ex for May, and the Nine of Cups. So very positive messages. Let's start at the top. So you have the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So the Knight of Swords is, I mean, I don't always get this, but for some of you, because you had that King and the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the decks when we started the reading, this can definitely represent an air sign for some of you. Your ex, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then we've got your energy here, and we have stability, we have a relationship. This can even be something long-term. Now for those of you where there is no earth sign, the Knight of Swords actually represents things changing very quickly. So right now, we're looking at a relationship between you and someone where they are no longer there. It's over for whatever reason. You moved on, maybe they moved on, but you're still wondering about them. This means that things can change very, very quickly. This is unpredictable energy, just like the Tower. And then you have that Ten of Pentacles. So unpredictable changes, things changing very quickly. It could be that you're broken up one moment and then together the next with the Ten of Pentacles, because this does represent stability, and for some of you it can even represent marriage. Now down here you've got the Wheel, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So the Wheel, this is things moving for you. This is shifting energies. This represents change for the better. So that's what you want to see when you're dealing with an ex. So there are some positive changes that can happen between you and your ex that can lead to a new beginning, which you have right here. The Ace of Pentacles, this is a very unexpected new beginning. So this actually ties in with the Knight of Swords, because this is kind of things changing very unexpectedly. This is like the energy of the Tower, and so is this, except this is a new beginning. So I feel like for many of you, you might be apart and you might feel like, well, we broke up, this and this happened, and that's just the way it's going to be. Not with something like this here, and these unpredictable energies. So I feel like you might feel like, this is just the way it's going to be, and you might feel like you've lost this person. They could change their mind very unexpectedly, and there is, your relationship is shifting here with the Wheel. This is always change for the better, an unexpected new beginning, all leading to the Nine of Cups, which means either wish fulfillment, which would be your wish to get your ex back. It can also just be happiness, pure and simple. I mean, the Nine of Cups is you being extremely happy. You're extremely content because you've gotten exactly what you want. So, I mean, just the fact that you have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a new beginning, a very unexpected and blessed new beginning, is telling me that many Scorpios can see a new beginning with their ex. Things can change, again, very unexpectedly with the Knight of Swords being here. Things can change very unexpectedly. I forgot to say with the King of Cups, I mean, this is obviously your energy because you're a water sign, but if you have an ex who's also a water sign, either another Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, this can represent your energy. And if it is them, again, that unpredictable energy is right next to them. And also the Ten of Pentacles. It could be that they're still thinking about a relationship with you. Let me get a few more. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex from May 2019? Wow, I'm stunned. You've got the Queen of Pentacles because you had the King and the Queen of Pentacles in the first spread. They were both there, so it's being repeated. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. What other messages are there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex for May 2019? Ace of Cups, which this is also a repeat card because I think this was your main energy. Here it is. There are new beginnings around the sign of Scorpio for May. I mean, this is a double message for you, which I think this has been coming up for a lot of the signs. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of reunions. You actually have 3 new beginnings here. Ace of Cups 2 times and then the Ace of Pentacles. So strong message for you there that for many of you, it's just not over. Let me get one more. What final message is there for the sign of Scorpio about their ex for May 2019? Repeat card, the Ten of Swords, and I'm looking at it right here because it was facing up. For many of you, it's not over because with the Ten of Swords, you're still deeply hurt. So I feel like that's part of the message, is that either you or your ex are still really hurting over what happened. But the Ten of Swords does mean that you've already been through the worst. So if you're worried that maybe they're going to do that to you again, or there's going to be more pain, there's not, because the Ten of Swords means you've been through the worst. And after the 10 is an ace, which is a new beginning, and you have 3 in the spread. So for many of you, maybe it's also time to let go. It's time to move on from what happened in your relationship, maybe why you broke up. There's a need to move on from that and accept this new beginning. I feel like many Scorpios will have a chance to accept an apology or not. And you want to be careful with that because, like I said, you had the 5 of Swords in your spread. You had the 5 of Swords, which means that you can make a decision that you'll regret. And I don't know, I mean, this whole spread, now that I've seen it all, this spread, the X spread, and the first spread, you may be worried about taking somebody back because you may be worried that they're going to hurt you again or that they're playing games with you. Do I really want this person back? Keep in mind, you also had the Fool actually right next to this card. You had the Fool, which, you know, this is telling you don't make an unwise decision. Just trust your heart and your intuition. Like I said, Scorpio is very intuitive. So if somebody is coming back to you and your heart is telling you, they're telling me the truth, then they're not playing games with you. Just accept that new beginning. Okay, Scorpio, this has been your love reading for May 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.